Hey friends, it's Angie,
And Leah.
and we're here with you today to talk about two friends talking. But we have to talk about the elephant in the room, or our friend who is missing. How's that? Miss Laura is not here. In case you don't know, Laura is actually my partner in Two Friends Talking, and got to excuse her today. She had something come up, but
Things happen. Take care of business.
they do. But stepping in, we've got the baby duck stepping in.
Hi, everybody.
Awesome. Well, we got several things we want to talk to you about today, and we're going to do this same sort of format every week. Where we're going to talk about several things. And today, Leah's going to join me, but we're going to start off with one of my favorite things to talk about. I got to put my glasses on so I can see the screen. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
There are a lot of those out there.
There are. And guys, we have to try to not join in on that. And how can we not get taken in by that? And liar, liar, pants on fire. Today, I want to tell about two specific instances. I want to start with my favorite, little Timmy saluting the flag. Oh, he's cute, isn't he, Leah?
He's such a cute little picture. Very sweet.
He is. It's a darling picture, and it's going all around Facebook. And then what happens is that people say, "Be sure and share this because Facebook took it down."
But you saw it on Facebook.
I'm looking at it.
Facebook doesn't, and let's add this. Facebook doesn't let things that were taken down for violating community guidelines get reposted.
They don't.
There's a bot. It flags that. If you're seeing a photo and they say it was taken down because it violated community guidelines, it offended somebody, it wouldn't get put back up if that's why it got taken down.
No. And there's a couple of reasons why people do those kind of posts. That one specifically was shared something like 80,000 times the first day. And it was because it played on our emotions and it made us scared because, we love our country and this little kid was saluting the flag. We love our kids. And so it made it look like somebody out there was being whatever. And then of course all these good-hearted people combated that. But really it was about shares for that one person, and you can look it up and see who did it. That one person, that one group who created the post, it was about getting a reaction. And luckily for us, that one specifically was just about getting a reaction. But most of the time, those things are so that they can grab your information. Because once you start, just like name tests, and when you play those games, Facebook then has access to your email and all of your information. And when you share that stuff, and then basically, and I hate to be crude, but it's kind of like giving you an STD. Once you've got it, and then you're giving it to everybody else around you.
Yeah, and continuing in being crude, let's use some common sense here, folks. If it's asking you what the make and model of your first car was and saying, let's be nostalgic, I bet you don't remember, it's goading you into giving them the answers to your security questions. That's what those things are doing. It's trying to get that private information to try and get the access to your different accounts. So every time you share one of those, you get the possibility of being hacked through different techie stuff. We'll not get too deep into it, but just be socially aware, be technologically aware. And if you're not sure if something's a scam or not, lean towards it being a scam because everything's gotten so sophisticated now. I mean, we are past the days of I'm a prince in another country and send me $10,000 so I can get my inheritance. It's still happening, but we've gone way past that now.
It has. But just know, if it says Facebook took this down, that's a lie. Mm-hmm. Liar, liar, pants on fire. They did not.
We have a friend visiting us.
Hey, hey, hey.
Laura says, I'm here with you, and I like those stupid games. Oh. Well, Laura, be careful, because you're giving your information away. We love
Okay.
you.
There's some medicine for that.
We'll dole it out
Okay.
if you need us to.
Okay, so here's another lie, all right? Willie
Hmm.
Nelson, he's not dead. Again,
Really?
I swear. Again, the purpose in saying Willie Nelson is dead is to get people to share it so that they can, number one, boost the algorithm on their own, social media, whatever, or they can grab your information. So know exactly who created a post before you do it. Don't play with the liars, all right? Stay away from the liars.
Verify your information and make sure it's from a couple of different sources and credible ones. Also, Willie wrote a song about I'm Not Dead Yet recently because of all the Facebook trash.
He did, which is so funny, isn't it?
It's
All
sad
right,
though.
we're gonna jump, and now we're gonna do Once Upon a Time. And Once Upon a Time, really, Laura, even though you're here with us just through, making comments, you're not here video wise, so we can't have you actually talking. So we're not going to talk about how two friends talking got started. We're going to wait and have that conversation when Laura's here. But what we're going to do is we'll talk a little bit about how Leah and I got together.
A lot of people would be like, oh, you got together when you were born as your mother and daughter. Well, that's not entirely true. We've been mother and daughter that long, but how long have we actually been actively friends? That's the question. And I would say we started to be active friends when I was 16 or 17. That's when it started becoming kind of a choice for us. And then we've just gotten closer as it's gone on. So almost 10 years.
Being friends really is a choice. And as we talk about two friends talking, we all have to have a friend. We all have to have somebody. And so today maybe is a good day for you to analyze, how did you become friends with somebody? How did you get that person that you could talk to that turns into team got your back? That person that when you make a mistake or you're just being ornery or whatever, they still love you and they just let you be you, and Leah lets me be me all the time. And I let Leah be Leah.
There's no use trying to change someone. If you're not jiving with them, don't make them someone they're not. You just don't have to be, you don't have to live with them.
It's about who you let into your story, though. It's about who helps you get further down the road and onto the next part of your life, And Leah, of course, happens to be my daughter, but she also happens to be my friend, and we do tons of stuff together. And she works with me and for me, and she does, she has her own business. She has Happiest Teas, which is an Etsy account that she does. And we're big Disney people. We have a lot of Disney things that we do together. And so she does those things with me. And I'm a Disney blogger. And so she goes with me when I blog Disney stuff. And so we have a good time together. But find your person. Find your person who helps you do your story. And Laura and I will talk about our story next week. But find that person that's team got your back, that's there to support you and there to listen to you. Right now, we're here to listen to you. So if there's something you want to chime in on, chime in, because we want to tell you, girl, it's going to be okay. That's what we want to say, right, girl?
And we want to be like, ooh, give me the popcorn. Sometimes some stories require popcorn. They just do. And we have one of those later, so stay tuned.
We do. That's coming later for a fact. Okay. Now we're going to go on to something. And again, next week we'll have more to do with that. So this time we're going to do Time Will Tell. Time Will Tell is really about
time management and time management tools. It is so tricky. There is only 24 hours in a day, and knowing how to spend those hours, it's a cost. It's a what is it? Cost value evaluation. It's how much? What's your price per ounce on your time?
It is. And I have always had big jobs that took a lot of time, and we had 5 children and we were just really busy, and so I didn't have a choice. I had to manage my time, just like you have to manage resources. the less you have, less money you have, the better you have to be at managing it. The less time you have, because the more obligations you have, the better you have to be at managing it. And so we want to talk a little bit about different kinds of tools and stuff to use managing time, and we'll talk more about that next week with Laura as well. But today we're going to talk about managing your energy, because we all have 24 hours. How can some people get more done in 24 hours than other? And really that kind of starts with the spoon theory. Leah, you want to talk to them about the spoon theory a little bit?
Yeah, so spoon theory actually comes out of, so sorry, oh my goodness. Spoon theory actually comes out of the disabled community. And so there's this idea within that group that we all have so many spoons a day. Every person has a different amount of spoons. And so, I may have 10 spoons because I may be sick, and, mom might have 20 spoons. And another friend, she might have 60. We all have different spoons. And how we wash them once they've been used is all different. So it might look like rest. It might look like going to the gym, spending time with friends, going to Taco Bell. Lots of ways to wash your spoons. Some people can wash them in the middle of the day. Some people have to wash them when they sleep at night. It's here and there. Don't be too picky. But how we use those spoons is by doing our everyday activities. So taking a shower, that's a spoon. Going and talking with someone you don't want to talk to, that might be 3 or 4 spoons. Going to the bank, that's all my spoons. I don't care how many I've got. Going to the bank and having to stand in line and do stuff inside the bank, wiped out, gone. Spoons are gone. But we have to know how to manage those spoons. How do we use them? And some days, something that might be a 1 spoon might be a 3 or 4 spoon. And you might only have 3 or 4 spoons to spend.
And it really kind of depends on what else is going on. Sometimes we start stacking situations. The situation a few nights ago was a storm, and nobody slept well in our whole town. And everybody I talked to was cranky, and so they were using up spoons. And so what normally takes just a couple of spoons, going out and talking to cranky people, being a cranky person, talking to a cranky person, uses a whole bunch of spoons that shouldn't be used, right? We should not take that many spoons to get gas. but it turns into that because, so if somebody is sick or somebody has, a whole bunch of kids and they're all screaming and they're sick and something's going on, that can just take all your energy and all your spoons. And so sometimes you have to just stop and focus and say, today my time is going to be best spent focusing on this and letting the rest of that go. I'll just deal with that tomorrow. That's a tomorrow thing, Miss Scarlett.
Well, and the other thing that we got to think about is how we manage those spoons during the day. Is a 20-minute nap going to allow you to go for 4 more hours?
Yeah.
Where you would normally be able to go just 1 more hour? Be gentle with yourself, I guess is what this all comes down to. Be self-aware and be gentle with yourself.
Yeah, don't judge yourself too hard. I mean, and I am sure I will use this term, and you're going to get sick of hearing me say this term because I use it all the time, but being emotionally compromised puts you in a position to make really poor choices. And so you kind of got to think about what tomorrow's going to look like and say, you know what, I am emotionally compromised today, and it's okay to push this stuff till tomorrow. But sometimes I have to just say, I'm not going to answer the phone today. I'm emotionally compromised and I'm going to say something I shouldn't say or do something I shouldn't do. I'm putting myself in a bad spot, and I know that. And so, for me, when I'm emotionally compromised, this is terrible, but we all kind of self-medicate, right? So that we can keep going and doing things sometimes. And one of the ways I self-medicate obviously is food, because I'm overweight. But a specific food, which is Pepsi in a cup with crushed ice and a straw from Come and Go specifically. That is my number one self-medication. I know it's horrible. Isn't that horrible? But it just
Mine is worse. Mine is worse. When I am emotionally compromised, I want 3 things. I want a chicken quesadilla from Taco Bell.
Taco
I
Bell.
want an original green monster in the big can with the twisty lid. And I want a Nutty Buddy. And I want all of them at the same time.
You know what? I say it's horrible, but it's really not. You know, there are people who self-medicate with meth and cigarettes and alcohol. I mean, everybody chooses, what is,
Pick your poison.
you do. You kind of pick your poison, don't you? So tell us, what is it that you self-medicate with, friends? We want to know. How do you self-medicate? We don't want to know if it's nasty, though.
No.
No, we just want to know. We want to know kind of regular stuff.
And if you're someone who self-medicates with the gym, let me in on that. How do I get there in life?
Yeah, I need to self-medicate with working out as well, but probably not going to happen at this point. It's too late in my life.
It's never too late. So remember, be gentle with yourself, manage your time, and be aware. And we'll talk more about different tools as we go throughout the weeks. But one of the things that takes a lot of time. What takes the most amount of time in our day, Mama? What's next?
Spit it out. That doesn't take the most time. We do talk. We talk a lot.
Talking takes the whole day. Communication is your whole day.
And spit it out is really two friends talking again. And this is a section we're going to talk about a lot. Talk to your friends. Tell them what's going on. I will tell you this quick thing. When Laura and I first got started talking on the phone, all those, several years ago, she would say, "So what's your day look like?" And well, it sucks. This is what's going on, Oh my gosh, and I just kind of word vomit on the poor woman, and she just sat there and clean it up and let me do it and just love on me. And she'd say, "I just love you. You're wonderful." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." And I would believe her. And, it didn't matter. I felt better about myself. And maybe I didn't believe her because sometimes, we're so hard on ourselves that we just think that we're horrible, even when we're not. But anyway, find a friend and have a conversation. Spit it out. Storytelling. Leah, how many years ago can you think of that women started storytelling? Talking.
Women have been storytelling since the dawn of time. I mean, whenever we look at the walls in caves, the time cycles that they measured were measured by women. For women, it was measured in 28-day cycles. And we wondered, oh, why is it that way? We know why. You know why.
We all know why.
We all know. Every woman knows. But I mean, a woman was the mother of science fiction. I mean, women have, for years, we've been creators and we tell stories. That's how we raise our children. I mean, to be a woman is to perform in some way or another. And so when have we not talked? When have we not been communicators?
Well, for many generations, men ran the world, and women were in charge of raising those kids and those men, those boys into men, and they had to do things and they had to lean on each other. They lived far away. They didn't see each other very often, and they didn't have phones, and communicating was so important. And so, yeah, it started in caves, but even further down the road, it just got to the point where women talking changed and formed the world.
Absolutely. I mean, there's forms of language that are exclusive to women. There's in China, there was a language that women would use to communicate. They would write on the wood of their fans, and then they would send the fans back and forth to each other, and it was a way to share and communicate. And so, I mean, we've always done it. We've always found a way.
Awesome. So, friends, talk to us. Find somebody else you can talk to and have conversations. But even if you're watching this later and it's not live, go on there, make comments, and we'll try to, we'll touch base this week and reach out to you and let you know that it's okay. We're okay. We're going to be okay. And you don't have to be perfect, because Nobody is perfect.
And we are on your team,
We are
and you're not alone.
not alone.
And it is, we'll figure it out. You
Yeah,
have
we
friends.
will. You got a friend. I agree.
In me.
All right. So next we're going to go to one of Leah's favorites. Not her very favorite, but one of her big favorites. Are you ready? I'd eat that. What about you, Leah? I'd
I
eat.
love eating. Who
Yeah,
doesn't like eating?
it's the one thing we do, all of us, multiple times a day, right?
It's so fun to eat, and it's so fun to think about food until it isn't. Until it's completely overwhelming, and thinking about cooking and then washing a dish or getting things out to cook or deciding what to eat, it's just also overwhelming. And so you end up eating a protein bar and going to bed.
Or making a grocery list, or making a meal plan,
Or
or
a budget.
and let's just talk again about time management, right? Because this is one of our resources. And that uses a ton of resources. It uses our spoons, it uses our time, it uses our money, our everything, right? And so we
Creativity.
do have something for you, though. If you would like a free download of a meal planning page that you can actually do a grocery list on it too, my good friend Laura Lundgren designed it, and it is gorgeous. I love it. It's beautiful. And just drop your email in the comments. And if you don't want to put your email in the comments, message us your email, and we'll send you that for free so that you can have a download. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to tell you it's hot outside. It's kind of back to school, and so we're going to talk a little bit and give you one idea for food this week, and then we're going to give you an idea for creative something food wise. So food this week, Leah, meatloaf. My family loves meatloaf, and I am not turning on my oven for meatloaf. Not going to do it.
You know, you don't have to. The thing about meatloaf is that it makes your ground beef go so much further, and it's way easy to hide things in. So before we talk about taking ground beef and making it stinker, let's talk about how to hide veggies. So right now is garden. You've got a garden, that's amazing. If you're not eating everything, please, please, please chop it up small and freeze it until you have enough to make veggie paste. Veggie paste is a great way to take veggies that are on sale at the grocery store or things you have too much of in your garden. And what you're going to do is you're going to saute some onions and garlic, cut up everything small, cook it all the way through till it's very, very soft. I would say even almost overcooked, but not burnt, just soft. Blend it and make sure that it's a paste, like tomato paste consistency. Freeze that in ice cubes or in a gallon baggie, and then separate it so that it's kind of cube shaped. So you can just take a couple of those, pop it in a few things here and there. Put some of that in your meatloaf instead of milk for a binder. So some eggs, some crackers, maybe cut your ground beef with ground turkey or chicken if you're trying to get a leaner option, lower calorie. And that's going to make your meal budget go further. And it's going to get some veggies in your kids. Or you, if you're like me and you can have a hard time sometimes being willing to eat just any of the veggies. And so make that and make your patties and fry them in a pan instead of putting them in the oven.
Yes. And there's so many things that you can do with that. I mean, you could essentially make, depending on how big your family is, I mean, and depending on how much hamburger you buy, but you can make one hamburger package go for the entire week, because you can take and make meatloaf on day one, and then you can freeze some of those, so that you have them later when it's hot, so you don't have to heat up your house. Or you can chop them up and make them look like meatballs and put them in spaghetti and meatballs. Mm-hmm. Or my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh. Mexican.
Yeah.
How can we turn that into a Mexican meal? I mean,
tacos. Saute it with some seasoning, burritos, enchiladas, which again, all of those have sauces. Another great place to hide veggies.
It is. A can of beans added and some rice to make a burrito with meatloaf, beans, and rice. Excellent, delicious, fast. You've already got it. Beans are already, cooked. Takes how many minutes to steam some rice and throw it in. And really, you can make that go very, very far if you're being careful. But
doing patties, you get the chance to portion out how much weight you want in each one. That way you know for sure, and you can be tight if you need to be tight.
A meatloaf sandwich is yummy.
Yeah. Well, so we've got a call from Susie Bilger, who says she is glad she got to know us and she loves making menu plans, especially when they include meatloaf. And she says that I like to hide things. Well, I don't like to hide just everything, but I do like to hide veggies because I am a picky eater and I want to be a healthier eater. So I got to be smart about it, unfortunately. But we thank you so much for calling in, Miss Susie. Open face meatloaf sandwich.
Oh, yeah, really with good. Gravy on it.
Like,
heck yeah.
Oh, I was thinking like a tomato.
No, that's my childhood is open face sandwiches. Because then you put mashed potatoes on the meatloaf, and then you put gravy on the mashed potatoes.
She says she loves us. We love you too, Miss Susie. We'll talk to you soon. Okay, keep commenting, and we'll include you.
So the other thing is that some people have to hide veggies, but you have to hide meat for me. I don't like meat very much. It's so
terrible.
I have to have protein. I have to have casseroles, so that you can chop the meat up really small. So if you have an oddball like me, I wasn't even gonna bring that up because most people are not like me. But a bunch of elbow macaroni, chop up the meatloaf really small, and put corn and green beans and stuff in it, make a little goulash. I'm in for that.
Or make like cheeseburger macaroni.
Yeah.
We're gonna get distracted talking about food too long. So what else?
I'm sorry. Okay, let's skip that and go to the best thing. We're Disney people, remember? And one of the real reasons why we go to Disney, let's just say it out loud, food. That's why we go to Disney. You're so funny. Okay, that came from her dad bought that. Let me see my finger. Her dad bought that crown. There was a package of 4 for $5 at Walmart.
No, this is the one I got on my DCP.
Oh, is it? I thought that was that one that was a bug.
No, so we gave that one away.
Oh, we ended up giving that away. That's right.
This was also $1 though. I got it. It was broken and I fixed it.
Awesome. Okay. So Leah, tell us at Disney World right now, give us an idea of one thing on a menu that we could do at home that sounds yummy.
Well, we are going soon to the campsites at Fort Wilderness, and they have a place called Crockett's Tavern, which has kind of like snacky foods and then some drinks. But we want the fried green tomato sliders. That is something that is easy to do at home. It is garden season, y'all, and if you don't have a garden producing green tomatoes, there is a green tomato stand practically around every corner in this town, and I'm sure in yours as well if you're not in the Branson area. So what you're going to do is you're going to fry your green tomato. If you don't know how, super simple. Cut it medium thick, egg, flour, fry it in shallow oil till golden brown. Then you're going to get your Hawaiian bun ready, because what other slider bun is there? I would toast it personally. Love it toasted. Then you're going to do Southern remoulade sauce, citrus greens. So what I would do is I would probably make like a thin citrusy dressing and toss some spring greens in it. Remoulade, greens, fried green tomato, close that baby and eat it.
Oh,
and if you're looking for some protein, add some bacon. Who doesn't want some bacon?
Well, actually, I do like bacon a lot. I don't like meat, but I like bacon.
Bacon doesn't count. Vegetarian except for bacon.
Yeah, that's me. Oh, okay. Here's our next thing. How old are you anyway? This is because every day I learn something new, and I'm thinking, how old am I that I just now learned that? How did I not know that before? But Leah, you're still young. You still learning?
I am. I like to say I was today years old when I learned.
Okay, what'd you learn?
I learned that this year was the first year they tested feminine products using blood. They've been using saline all of these years. Do you know what absorbs differently than saline? Blood. So all of these diagnostic criteria, all of these times that men have been like, you're making that up, they've been wrong. They've been wrong. And so yeah, this goes back almost to liar, liar. But can you believe all these years and I didn't know that. And so, we learn something new every day, and learning new things.
Hey, we're having a little bit.
There we are.
There we are. There, see if that helps. Yeah, that's craziness. So that's awful. It's crazy. None of us knew that, I'm sure.
Susie says, men? Wrong? Never.
Yeah. What?
You're a crack up, Miss Susie.
Surely not. All right. So this week, obviously, our heart is broken as we follow what's going on over on Maui, and just head shaking, shocking, the whole thing just is mind blowing. But the one little bright spot, of course, is us watching that banyan tree, right? And so the banyan tree, that's the largest banyan tree in that country of Hawaii, is very, iconic for, years. And so people are posting different things about the banyan tree. And I'm like, wait, what? And I looked up, there is a banyan tree in India that is over 4 acres. One tree, their canopy covers over 4 acres. Is there a tree that can do that? Anyway, how old am I?
Obviously, the banyan tree.
Yeah, obviously the banyan tree.
I didn't know even what a banyan tree was until you told me that I needed to look it up. Yeah. I feel like I should have.
Yeah. Okay. On to the next one. Here we go. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Guess what? Guess what's coming up? This is what we're going to be talking about. Things that are coming up. Guess what? Halloween is 12 weeks away. Can you believe that? Oh my gosh. Okay, so I don't have little kids at home anymore. But if I had a little kid at home, I'm going to tell you this year, if you have a little girl, Barbie costumes are going to be hard to find. So if you want a Barbie costume, it is not too late to start looking for a Barbie costume. And maybe a Ken for your little guy, right?
Well, and maybe you want to be Barbie, even if your kids don't. I mean, and so planning that ahead, I mean, I know some of my friends and I are learning the dance from the Barbie movie. We got to start that now. We got to be aware. But there's lots of costumes.
We got to learn the dance, not me, though.
You're learning the dance.
Okay, so I don't know if anybody wants to see Fat Grandma Barbie doing the dance. Just so you know. Yeah. So, jazz hands. Okay. So with that said, it is also time, if you are planning a holiday, Thanksgiving or Christmas weekend trip or whatever, it is time to book your hotel room. We booked our hotel room for a December trip like 2 or 3 weeks ago. And then just a few days ago, I went to change the dates. And the room rates have already gone up like $60 or $70 a night. So I did not change the room rates, or didn't change the dates. So hotel rooms change their rates as they get closer to sold out, the more people that book. And so most people book at least 12 weeks out, 3 months, if not 6 or 9. So especially when you're going to a destination where people are coming from another country, they book 9 and 12 months at a time. So somewhere like Disney, that's the reason why they book up so soon, is because they have so many people coming from other countries, and those people plan their vacations so far out. So it is time to look at that. Look at what's coming up. Look at your calendar. Again, let's manage some time. Let's manage our resources, manage our budget. If you're going to be able to afford to go do that at the holidays, you're going to need to do that right now.
Yeah. Well, and, if you are not traveling, do start thinking about what you want your budget to be for any gifts that you're getting. Consider ordering them now and hiding them so that you don't have to deal with the package rush at the holiday season. If you're a crafter, you are 2 months behind on getting started if you are a crafter.
Those people are already on it. They know better. For sure.
Don't. I'm a
No,
crafter. We both know better.
you and I are going, oh, dang, look at that. That's the reason why it's got an exclamation point, because that's what we do. Oh, look at that.
Oh no!
Oh no, what we
What's the time?
Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, because that's where we're at. That's what happens when you got too many things, and then you go, woo,
There's a lot to know.
There's a lot going on. Okay, so here's Leah's favorite and her very favorite, and we're gonna let her take the whole thing because for obvious reasons.
I got a lot to say today.
Huh.
So,
tell me. Spill. First of all, wait a minute. Do you know what spill the tea means?
Oh.
Spill the tea
means tell me the truth. What's the drama?
It's like, oh, give me a secret.
And just so you know, it's not tea if you don't have receipts. That's just a rumor.
That's just a rumor. But tea means the truth. And that is two women talking and sipping the tea going,
Did you see what Helen did? Actually, it's not Helen. It's officially.casey on TikTok.
Wait a minute. What is the name?
Officially.casey. C-A-S-I-E. Officially.casey on TikTok a few months ago came on to let us know that her baby daddy from 16 years ago that took her on Maui to try and deny his fathership of her triplets has still not
took her where? Took her where?
Maury. The Maury show. You are not the father? Yeah, he's the father.
So he's the father of her triplets.
Father of her triplets, confirmed. 16 years has had nothing to do with them because after the show, he disappeared. Poof. Gone. His family wouldn't tell no one. No one knew where he was. Or they at least wouldn't tell her. Well, she's been single mother of these triplets most of their life. I think she might have a husband now, but that's neither here nor there. The fact is, at 17, having triplets, raising them for the last 16 years with no child support, he posted a video with his new baby mama. Gender reveal. They're having a child, little girl. And she made it public. I'm making it publicer. $81,000 in child support, and Texas courts think that's an underestimation.
81,000 cannot be enough for 3 children for 16 years. That cannot add up. That's bad math.
Yeah. Well, $81,000 is the estimate right now. It's as of the 31st of last month, she did receive an official letter from the Texas court system saying that they think that is an underestimation. And so honestly, at this point, he's probably looking at prison time if he can't pay it immediately. And so that's the tea on that. So if you're going to dodge the law, don't post videos of your location on TikTok or any social media. Let's be smarter about this, guys. let's be
what a ding dong.
Or just don't run from the law.
Yeah.
Just pay what you're supposed to pay.
And be a dad. Yeah. Okay. Wow. That's some serious tea. We're all going to be thinking about Casey. What's her name again?
Officially.casey.
You know what, Casey, girl? I hope God bless your heart, girl. We love you, and our team got your back. You know, you are. You go get him. You go get him, girl. Oh.
I've got a lot of calls coming in. Should we answer some of these calls before we start wrapping up? All right. So it looks like Lynn Busby loves us, and she wants to know if there are any banyan trees in Florida.
I have never seen one.
I don't think I would know one if it was there.
We'll look that up.
Yeah. We'll come back to you next week.
Okay.
Charlene Gillespie says she loves having our company and thank you for coming. Well, we love talking to you, Miss Charlene.
She is so sweet. She made my husband and I a cross-stitch picture with the testimony on it that he lives about Jesus Christ, and it is beautiful. It's actually in our bedroom on our fireplace. It's beautiful. Thank you, Charlene.
Patricia Ferguson says hello.
Hey, how are you? I love her
Oh,
too.
she's so sweet. Oh my goodness.
She's
And
so sweet.
Susie Bilger says she wants to see you dance again. She says, "Go Angie, go Angie." Go, Angie.
Oh, mercy sakes.
She also says, "Spill the beans."
Spill the beans, spill the tea. It is kind of the same thing. Yeah. You know, that's a younger phrase. The spill the tea is. Spill the beans is Susie and I. That's our age. And you got somebody else saying something.
I've got lots of people saying stuff. Okay. Laura Lundgren says 81,000 is only $421 a month for 16 years per child. Not nearly enough.
No.
Oh, wait. Lynn Busby says there are banyan trees in Florida.
Maybe we should try to find one. I love that phone you got in your hand. That's awesome.
Thank you. I've got a lot of phones, and they're ringing off the wall.
They are ringing off the wall.
Patricia Ferguson says she's doing well. We're glad to hear it. And she says we look great. Thank you.
I got fuzzy hair. My roots need done. But you know what? That's what it is when we got each other's back. We don't care.
Oh, my gosh. Laura says that the 421 is just for all 3 children. That's not per child.
Oh, my word.
Part of it is... I know part of it is they calculate in a lot of states, they calculate child support based on the father's income. But yes, $421 with triplets, it's just not, especially considering she had 100% custody.
Well, and today that doesn't really even feed them. Groceries are so expensive.
They really are so expensive.
Yeah.
Lynn Busby says they're somewhere near Thomason Egan's house. I can't read the word. There's something on my computer that's keeping me from reading his last name, but Thomason Egan's home.
Maybe so Edison? Maybe Thomas Edison?
No, Thomason. Thomasson.
Okay. I know not, my friend.
Someone comments again, it'll push it up where I can see it. There we go. Yes, Thomason Edison. Oh, Thomas Edison's. Okay. So yeah, Thomas Edison's house in Florida. So that's cool. We could probably go there. They probably let people tour that, right?
Your dad would
love that. Out of my
phone. Your dad would love that. So, all right, friends. Well, are all the phone calls done?
Yes, I think that's all the calls.
Awesome. Thank you for hanging out with us today. And we're going to do this every week. We're going to talk about the same things every week. Next week, we're going to do it with Miss Laura. Only the baby duck and I are going to be at somewhere in Orlando.
We're going to be.
Oh, we don't know yet, but.
Ooh, where would the Harris family go in Orlando?
Yeah, but we don't know what location.
I do.
You don't really? No. It might be somewhere different. So the baby duck has a birthday. Baby duck has a birthday next week. And so while we are working in Orlando, we will be doing something fun for the birthday. That's actually on Saturday. And we want you to join us next week. And friends, really, I hope you feel loved. I hope that you know that it's going to be okay. It may not be that fun, but it's going to be okay. And we, our team, got you back. So if there's something that you just want to say, spit it out. Tell us. And we are not going to judge you. We are not going to make you feel bad about that. We're probably going to identify with you and say, been there, done that.
Got the t-shirt.
And got the t-shirt. So we love you. See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.